Yes.
Yes. Hey there, one. This is Cow playing Slay the Princess. Man, so, wild adventure yesterday, huh? Turns out if you go down the path of the princess, even the damsel gets a little bit weirded out when you're like, what if we don't go outside and just stay inside the cabin and just hang out here forever instead? And the smitten, boy howdy, the smitten is just unable to handle any form of rejection, and so found the only logical thing to do was to rip open our rib cage, our whole torso, to expose our heart. And the funniest part of all of this is that then the princess leans in and goes like, "Oh, this is beautiful." Is it because that's what she truly believes? Is there something that the princess and its entity itself found legitimately beautiful inside of us physically? Or is this due to the fact that a princess still remains a projection of the thoughts we put into her, and if the smitten believed hard enough that she would find our insides beautiful, then it would make her find our insides beautiful? I don't know. Like, the topic of the princess's agency is honestly kind of complex. Epilogue.
You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin.
Whoa. Also, epilogue. What? Okay, yeah, so I know these are all pretty good. Okay, yeah, this is, I can tell this is a, pristine cut chapter because this is all different. It's an epilogue. It's not a chapter. We're at the end of the story. And yeah, we're already in the cabin, which has been rendered into a church. Step ahead to our wedding day, I guess, inside the church. The altar is still there.
Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh.
Huh.
So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry, narrator. I'm so sorry.
We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the Lupin last time. Now, he's clearly disorientated.
Yeah.
I'm sure all this new info is going to come as quite a shock to him. Best if we're gentle.
I mean, he knows about the potential of the loops. It's just that he always thinks he's the first, which, fair enough. Sorry you're not the first, buddy.
Right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome!
Opportunist makes... I don't know. Does this make sense for the opportunist? I'm really bad at predicting.
Thank you. I'm just happy to be here. Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-traveled, you know that, yes?
I feel like being so well-traveled would be technically a terrible thing in this context.
Well, we know that now, thanks to you. We're all so lucky to be stuck with, working with someone so well-informed. You can count on us to do things right from here on. I'm going to describe the room now.
Go for it.
The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicolored glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty.
So, fitting for someone we've been calling the princess all game.
Before you, there isn't a blade, is there?
Sorry.
That's not good.
That's not the first time. That's not the first time the blade is missing. Yeah. That's a good... I was wondering about that.
Yeah. He was a bit of a loud one, wasn't he? Is he... okay?
Did he actually, kill himself somehow?
We're better off without him, if you ask me. One less opinion we have to contend with. Plus, he's the one who got us into this whole mess.
You're not wrong, but...
Is that so? Maybe there is hope for you after all, free from the bad influence of your missing friend.
Oh, it's just kind of weird when missing friend is supposed to be like a chunk of me.
Now that is some fine reasoning.
Right?
Who cares about the blade? I think you're right. We're better off without it. It's not like it's ever been important.
I mean, it's been extremely important, but...
Of course, the blade's important. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. The fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right. But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
Yeah, like, the narrator has a story to tell, and... Like, honestly, like, imagine that. You were a being that has a very specific story to tell, and one of the elements, one of the core elements of it is just not there. There's just something missing. It's just not there. It's not leave. Come on now, it's our big day.
Just in front of the door to the basement. The handle is right there. Do feel free to give it a push as soon as you'd like.
So we do get a
There is
mirror.
no door. There's a mirror.
We didn't get a mirror with the apotheosis. We never entered the cabin in the first place. And there wasn't a mirror in the dragon because
There isn't.
we started inside the cabin already.
Now this is tricky. My eyes say there's a mirror, but my brain says there isn't one. Look, if you need help, just raise your hand, and I'll guide it where it needs to go.
Okay.
You reach
There we
forward,
go.
your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle.
Beautiful.
It's gone. I'm just glad we can all agree on a shared reality. And then you push the door open.
Wow.
Marvelous. We can proceed.
Can't believe I figured out door.
It would seem
Whoa,
that
going
the stairs
up.
to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet, too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet.
It's the upper basement.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... doesn't work at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown off my rhythm.
I'm sorry. We could just kind of did the exact opposite of what you want in terms of results.
Don't worry about it, boss. You're doing great.
But this do be feeling like the damsel, chapter 3, doesn't
I'm
it?
not, but I appreciate the encouragement. Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess. No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature.
Alright.
Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue,
Fatigue.
rolls down the stairs.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
Wait.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets. Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice. Gotta say, I'm with him on this one, boss. When have nice things ever been a problem?
I mean, nice things can cover bad things, but...
That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay?
Alright. We will proceed up the stairs.
This hall, like the one below,
Whoa, what is
grand
that?
and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room, the princess seated at its far end.
Yeah, so it's all like the princess and like you can tell the little ear spikes. Just I don't know, I think there's something weird about just like tapestry of, you know, the two couples making out as being the main decoration of a dining room. So I guess that's just supposed to be the shadow of the chair here. It's just looks misshapen. It looks like hands reaching over a little bit. I'm wondering how much of like that's probably on purpose.
The weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain
around
the princess's
neck.
neck.
There it is.
So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy.
See, we just set it up to make it easy for you, narrator.
Yeah, that is easy, isn't it? So, where's the rush?
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice.
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Okay.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
You're so far away though. You're like on the other side of the room.
Oh, right, dinner. I'd totally forgotten about it.
Flames burn bright and a
Whoa!
shadow across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Okay, this is wild. Is this the smitten? Did he like gain form?
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Am I ever? Look at this spread. It's a feast fit for a king. Yeah, and after everything we've been through, we could use a break. More than that, we deserve a break.
Sure.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading.
Oh, jeez. This is, I mean, she's still being the, like, damsel. Like, she's just, like...
The food is
not
more
being her own
exquisite
person.
than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue.
But with the force of a Chapter 3 princess, though, which is... that's what makes this all unsettling.
You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels.
But look at her face. Look at her eyes.
This really is perfect, isn't it?
I don't know about this, man.
It is the best meal you've ever had. But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you. The food is good. Again. You tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already.
Yeah, I'm ready to get up.
A good meal is still a good meal. And we didn't even have to clear the dishes. I'm happy.
I'm not.
And then it's over. And you're just as hungry as when you began.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
Okay, can I have the option to, like, get up?
So the shadow sweeps over the table, clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again.
I didn't think that selecting eat would have me stuck here.
The meat is fine. The bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more. Well, food is food, isn't it? Can't always be amazing. What matters is that we don't have to make it. Getting other people to do the hard work.
No, but for
always
real
improves
though,
the taste.
I would like to get up and go see her, like closer.
Does it? Because it seems like the taste is getting worse, and we haven't had to so much as lift a finger. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your fist.
Wait.
And again,
Why?
you eat.
I don't need to eat!
The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through.
Oh, this is
You don't
sad.
even touch the goblet. Its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing.
This is just like tragic.
I'm so tired of eating. Well, it's still free food we didn't have to make, right? Oh, am I kidding? We were eating like kings and now we're eating like pigs.
King Pig.
At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
I'm so tired of this.
You don't have to keep summoning food.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
Not a fan of whatever just happened. I don't want to sit in the dark. Losers sit in the dark. I want to sit in a brightly lit, spacious room where we can see our beautiful, queenly wife. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other three torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
Huh. Yes. No.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
Who is he?
It's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
Yeah! So this... You took the smitten. Or at least the smitten wormed his way into you.
Is she talking about a real voice? Like us, but we're at the head of the table. We should be in charge. Is he more powerful than we are?
Oh, you... Focus, please. I want to get up. Because I want to go to her. But I don't know if the game will understand that.
But as you attempt to get up, the torches flare and shadowed hands pin your wrists to the arms of your too comfortable seat. There will be no getting up. There will be no attempts to slay her. At least not for now.
Wow.
The princess smiles nervously.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. That's just how it works here. We don't have to go anywhere anymore.
Oh
We have
boy.
everything we need.
Okay.
He just wants us to be happy.
Okay.
Like we've been given everything someone else has told us we want.
Yes.
But it isn't what we want.
You're right. You are correct.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
Oh yeah, it is doing a jig.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is awful.
Yeah, no kidding.
Isn't it great that we're all having such a lovely time together? We just have to stay positive and realise how happy we are. Then all of those lights will stay on and keep showing us all the cool stuff we have.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
guy.
Sure.
Oh my god, hero, come on.
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response.
You're like a little beak, a little beaky smile.
Giving us the cold shoulder, I say, asserting his dominance in the power structure. Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
He says his words are just for me. But he wants me to ask, isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do?
No.
He says he's tired, and I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
This isn't fair. If I could just talk to him for 2 seconds, I'm sure we could sort this out and figure out a balanced power structure that works better for everyone. But no, he's decided he's above talking to little guys like us, huh?
I want to slay the shadow. Okay.
The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Which, you know, kind of an answer in and of itself.
Yes! Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
She's being defensive. And we all know being defensive is a
Christ,
sign
dude.
of weakness.
Dude, you're the worst. But yeah, I am harping on this.
I don't feel anything.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
I'm going to assume we're going to be doused in shadows, and it's going to be the end. Yes. I mean, she wants to leave. And honestly, at this point, I would rather her leave.
I think I'd like to dance under the
Oh,
stars.
well, see, that's beautiful.
That sounds lovely.
Doesn't it?
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
No, we. You know, she might lie, she might cheat. What if this is just like the most elaborate contrivance made up to make her just be allowed to leave? I feel like there's a way where you could start thinking that way, but I've played a game enough to know that that's like probably not true. She is just being like very genuine right now.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
It is. It is.
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
Your fault. We were all just trying to make things work here. It just didn't happen that way.
It all started when I was like, you know what? What if we just stayed here? And clearly I was wrong. That was a terrible idea.
I don't think this is the sort of thing anybody needs to apologize for. Even if we both feel empty. Even if an important part of us is gone.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
Oh,
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
absolutely. This feels the right answer.
I don't know what this is. Me too. And I don't think we're going to find anything here. So, I guess it's time for us to leave.
All right.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand.
I understand if you don't take it, by the way.
The corners
Okay.
of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold and a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world?
Yeah, bird.
He's right, you know. You're giving us some real mixed signals, boss. Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world.
Wow. Wow.
Well, this is less work for us anyway.
Oh, shut up, guy.
Think what you will. I'm done fighting. You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it.
Oh, man.
Genuinely, I do.
I am so sorry.
He's really gone, isn't he? No boss anymore? No one left to tell us what to do? I guess we'll have to be our own boss then. About time.
The stars are so beautiful. I meant it when I said I wanted to dance. Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
I was physically unable to speak for a minute. And my eyes
so
are
bad.
filled with
Looking
tears.
into it right now is going to be the end of everything. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him. Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. Finally, we're going places.
Third one down. Please, for the love of God, remember to edit me blowing my nose out. Oh, this is a long one. Well, it's a long one. That's fine. Oh, that was rough. but I feel like the payoff was absolutely worth it. I am genuinely curious to know what happens if you slay the princess there. But that is an outcome I'm comfortable not knowing about.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. This one is a songbird in a cage of gilded shadows. She will make for an honest heart.
Yeah, I agree.
Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.